Hi everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing well. If you are new here, my name is Shannon and I would really love it if you would click the subscribe button if you enjoy this video. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell or the like button, or both, so that you can kind of just stay up to date with my uploads and yeah, what videos I'm posting. So today's video is going to be a how to shop better tips video, and basically it's just my process of how I go about shopping for my clothes. I feel that it is sometimes easy to get caught up in the just shove as much stuff into your basket or into your cart online or whatever, and we end up being so inundated with things that we don't really need or we don't really want, and then it just ends up not being worn or thrown away or whatever the case may be. So I think that I have come up with a decent process on how to shop more efficiently, to shop more affordably, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So let's get into the tips. Alright, so my first tip is to set a budget, and these budgets can either be monthly, it can be quarterly, or it can be biannual. And basically what you do is, if you're setting a monthly budget, you say, alright, I'm going to spend X amount of money and that's it, I'm not going to spend any more money than that. Then if you're setting like a quarterly or a biannual, and this is what I like to do personally, is you'll do a big shop per season or per autumn, winter, spring, summer season. So you do like one big shop, and then add bits and pieces in the rest of the months, but you have like the majority of what you will need for the upcoming seasons. So that is what I do, and I find that it really helps because it limits me to spending unnecessary to buy things that I don't need, because I know that I only have so much money to spend and I need to make that money work for me. So my next tip is get inspired, and by this I mean create a Pinterest board for your fashion, and create a folder on Instagram for all the celebrities, fashion bloggers, social media content creators, or whatever that you follow, and start saving the things that you like, and you'll start to see a pattern. And if you guys watch regular fashion videos, especially about how to find your style, that is a big tip that they give. But the reason why I'm using this for this video is because I think it's really important to be able to visualize the things that you want or need in your wardrobe, because we tend to look at people and then forget what they have or what we saw that we really liked. But this is a way to kind of keep track of what your style is, and you can actually see the way you want to dress, and you have a benchmark for it. So being inspired is really important, because you also then have a purpose when you go shopping, and that leads me into my next point. So before you go shopping or doing anything, make note of the things that you don't have in your wardrobe. Make note of the things that you would like to have in your wardrobe. You can make notes of it in your diary, in your notebook. You can do it on your cell phone, wherever it is. Anytime you get dressed in the morning, you're like, oh, you know what, I wish I had a blazer or a pair of leather trousers or whatever. Make notes of it, and then when you go to shop, you'll have a reference and be like, okay, this month I can afford to buy X, Y, and Z, and you're like, great. So now you have a plan in place, and I think it's really important to do that, because then you can keep track of what you're buying, you can keep track of what you still need to buy, and you can budget appropriately for that, and then you also can just, I think it's a really fulfilling feeling to be like, oh, tick that off, oh, tick that off, and I think that that's really important, to feel like you're actually building a wardrobe that you really love and that you really are going to get a lot of value and use out of. Alright, so now you guys are ready to put stuff either on your online shopping cart, or you're ready to hit the mall or the streets or the whatever, and you are going to shop. So my first thing is, if you're online shopping, add everything you want to your cart. So if there's 5 shirts, 5 trousers, 2 pairs of jeans, 20 pairs of shoes, whatever, add it to your cart. Just add, so that you can see everything in one place that you like, and that's going to be important for the next step. But just basically just add everything. That is my tip. All right, and then if you are going shopping physically into stores, I would say go to all the stores that you like, that you would normally shop from, or even a new store or something, try something different, and look at all of them before you make a single purchase. All right, and maybe take a picture or take notes of the items that you really liked, and think about it. All right, so what I would do if I was online shopping is I would leave my cart overnight or for a few days, and I'll periodically go back and look at what is in my cart. If I'm shopping in store, I would take a moment, maybe go for something to drink or something like that, and just take a moment to be like, okay, this is all the stuff that I really liked, okay? And then I will go back to the things that I've listed that I needed and what my budget is for the month. And my next tip would then be to start culling what you don't really need, things that are too similar to items you already own. So you start cutting down what's actually unnecessary, right? And you pick your favorite item from the group. So maybe you only want to buy one shirt or one blouse this month. Cut all the other ones out and pick your favorite one, the one that you think is really going to add the most value. And I do this online over a period of days, and I will go back and say, you know what? I have a shirt that really looks like that. Remove that one. I don't think that one's going to suit my personal style quite as much as I thought it would. Remove that. Those pair of shoes, I've seen too many people wearing them. It's not for me. Remove them out of my cart, for example, right? And eventually you will cut down enough to be within your budget, and you'll have things that you really, really like. So that is what I would do for online. The same would go for shopping. I would look at the pictures and say, you know what? I don't like this. Take it off. I don't want that item. I can get it for cheaper at this shop, for example. And that is basically what I do to minimize what I'm buying and minimize what is completely unnecessary. Alright, and lastly is to make the purchase. I am the biggest culprit of buyer's guilt. I always feel guilty when I purchase clothing. It just feels like a very selfish thing sometimes. But it's important that you have a wardrobe that makes you feel confident, that you love, that you wake up in the morning and you just feel inspired. So by doing this, you're not being irresponsible, you're not damaging the environment as much. Unfortunately, if you're like me, you're probably someone who can't afford to go and buy from sustainable brands every month or all the time. So you need to buy from where you can get stuff, and by doing this you kind of minimize that waste and that unnecessary purchasing. And I think that that's really important, because obviously we are really all promoting, you know, slower fashion, more sustainable things that are not damaging the environment, cruelty free, you know, vegan products. But at the same time, a lot of us can't afford to purchase those kinds of things, and by just having a more thoughtful process when you're going into shopping, I think you can really make a big difference. So those are my tips. I hope you enjoyed. If you tried out, let me know. I will also be adding my Pinterest board so you guys can kind of see what I do, and I will also show you an example of my list. I hope you'll be able to read my handwriting because it's pretty untidy, but just to show you guys what I do and how I tick things off. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. I hope that you guys go into the world and have fun with your shopping, but do it in a mindful way. And I will see you next time in my next video. Have a good week. Bye bye everyone.